All right, so listen, this is the only surefire way to make online sales, even if you're an introvert, without being pushy or salesy. So stick around for that. And before I get to that, I want to give you an offer to have a look at the membership site that I have, where I'm going to give you all this material and more. You can get a free framework to go step by step and put this information to use for yourself. So take advantage of that in the link below, and that'd be awesome. And we'll both benefit from it. So, as far as making sales online, even if you're an introvert, without being pushy or salesy, there's really only one way to do it, because otherwise you're setting yourself up for being boring. And the way I figured this out, actually, it was pretty much pounded into my brain, if you will, and I had a little bit of an interesting time figuring this out in any and every sales that I've done, and once I started applying it, I started to uh, have an epiphany. I guess that's a good way of putting it, because uh, the masters at really developing sales, not only online but offline, are the ones that use this strategy. And what it is, it's just actually telling stories, but it's not just telling stories for the sake of telling stories, because one of the first times that I heard this, actually I heard it over and over again, but I would hear it in the context of make a point, tell a story, make a point, tell a story. And I thought, well, why not just make the point? And I was a little bit uh, confused, I guess you could say, by the fact of, or by the point of telling a story, because I thought, all right, well, it's just a bunch of filler. I didn't quite get it, and I thought the guy that's telling me to tell the story has had a tremendous amount of success, so I was uh, reluctant to do it, and I would just make stuff up without realizing that there was a point to the story. So if you notice, a lot of, uh, not a lot, every sport broadcast will have special interest stories within it, right? But those are a lot of times just that. So they're just filler. They're just there to fill in the space and not really make much of a point. But the thing about telling a story to make a sale, so there's three different ways that you can do that. And again, I put that in the membership area. I give you that framework. But struggling with a lot of different things and feeling frustrated and confused by the fact of telling people a story, just for the fact of telling a story, was a little bit odd to me. But because the main reason for me is because I guess has a lot to do with having gone to school at, not because I went to school, but getting an engineering degree. So being an analytical guy, that's just ABC, 1 plus 1 is 2. Taking the shortcut to things. But at the end of the day, uh, trying to convince someone against their will is futile, because they've got the same opinion. But whenever someone comes up with an idea on their own, uh, that's what I've found is way more influential and sticky whenever it comes to persuasion. And let me give you an example. Once I figured out that uh, to, to that this was the actual way to go about attracting an audience, is when I really kind of just started to dive in headfirst and have the courage to just go ahead and make it happen. So, and there's a number of different aspects that I figured out. And me right now, I'm battling my own brain trying to just make a point, tell you exactly what to do, versus trying to figure out what's a story that makes the point, so that I can relate what it is that I'm telling you. Because whenever you do that, tell a story, what it does is it's a natural bypass of someone's conscious brain and goes right to what we know is the limbic brain. These are neuroscience strategies and studies that show whenever someone's relating a story. And when I figured that out, uh, because it's not a direct attempt at influence, and whenever I figured that out, I kind of like took a step back and was like, holy cow, I've been doing a lot of stuff wrong over the years and less effective where than I could have been. And it was just jaw dropping, if you will. And now the point was, all right, so now that I know that, there's a difference between knowing and knowing. You can read something in a book, but until you actually apply it and do it, you only know book knowledge. There's not street knowledge to the fact. And in that membership area, that's one of the things that we're going to go through is how to actually implement, take a step at a time, and move your business from being just one, two, three, ABC to bypassing some of the natural resistance that goes up in online and any other type of sales for that matter, and lets people formulate their own opinions that you've given them through a story. So if you like this video and you like this idea, that's really the only surefire way that you're going to be able to make sales regardless of whatever your personality is. It's just going to flat out work. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe because I'm going to be putting more stuff out. And then also, like I said, take advantage of the stuff that I'm putting together and the epic failures that I've gone through, some of the stuff that works in the membership area, and also some equipment that I use to equipment and resources that I use to actually implement some of these things. So, hey, I'm David Bridge. Thanks for watching. It's awesome. And until next time.